let me explain this in another way that I think makes things a bit clearer. And it's a diagram I've drawn a few times in the manifesting lab, and I think it's the way I think about all of this, and that's why I keep bringing it up. It's the diagram where you imagine that you are the end of a pipe. So this is a pipe of energy, and this energy that's flowing through the pipe is the energy of the broader you. It's what people call the inner self, higher self, inner being, whatever you want to call it, because that self is a stream of energy. You are the end of a stream of energy. You are not a physical clump of stuff. You are the end of a hosepipe of energy, in effect. And when you focus in this physical reality, when you focus on things that are external to you, such as maybe a car, maybe money, maybe a house, your sort of patterns of resistance allow different amounts of this energy to flow through you. So maybe when you think about a house, you think very purely, and a lot of this broader self energy flows through you. And when you think about a car, maybe it flows freely, and a lot of broader self energy flows through you. And while it flows through you, by the way, you feel really good. And then maybe when you think about money, you have this resistant pattern in front of you, so that when the flow tries to happen, it can't get through this pattern of resistance. And so very, very little flows when you think about money. Now, the mistake that people make is that they think to manifest money, they have to think about money. But it's not like that, because money has two sides to it, same as any other subject. It has a presence side and it has an absence side. When you are not allowing your flow to go to it, when you've got this resistant pattern and you're feeling pretty bad, so this resistant pattern makes you feel pretty bad, you're more focused on the absence side of it. Now, a really interesting thing happens when you take your attention off the subject and you focus on something that's really easy to flow with. So let's say you focus on the car. That's really, say for some reason you can manifest cars like like a hot dinner. You can just manifest a car every day for some reason. So you're really easy. You can flow that really easily on that. And let's not say car. Let's say like pet or baby. I mean, people can relate to that a bit better. It's easy to like a pet or a baby. Now, what happens is as you start to flow this energy fast through you, unrestricted, even though this subject of money was blocking the flow, and so you were focused on the absence, this flow of energy starts to activate the presence side of all of your desires. So just by focusing on the baby, you're activating the presence side of money. It's what Abraham calls a cooperative component. Now, does any of this make sense that I'm lecturing about? Do you have any questions about what I've said so far? So the name of the game of life is just to keep this energy flowing through you. And we've spoken about this in a webinar called How to Live Forever, whereby if you can keep this energy flowing through you in a good feeling way, and you keep the energy flowing through you in a strong way, there's absolutely no reason you won't live forever, because those are the only two requirements for life. Fast flowing, good feeling energy. So fast flowing means there's things you want in life. So you're stirring your life up, you're looking for things to want. And good feeling means you're focused on good feeling, easy, good feeling things in your life. People think to get what they want, they need to focus on all the bad feeling stuff and make it better. They don't. They need to just focus on something good feeling. And then what will naturally happen over a period of time is as this good feeling overflows onto the subject you want, you will find you will naturally want to think about this subject in more detail. And that's the point at which you then bring your attention to this subject, not before that. So this is some big stuff I'm throwing at you here. People want to change the vibration on the subject they almost want to battle it to the ground. And you can do that. You can do that if you want, but it's the hard way of doing it. The easy way. Find something else in your life that is really, really easy to flow energy towards. Let that cooperative component effect kick in, whereby then that good feeling will start to overflow onto other things and will start to make the presence of your desires dominate. And then once the presence starts to dominate enough, you will naturally want to think about that desire. And when you start to think about that desire, you'll want to get more specific about it. And that's when you start to use things like positive aspects, emotion overlays, a lot of the specificness that we talk about in the Manifesting Lab. That is why in the Manifesting Lab, there's so much emphasis on feeling good and finding things to feel good about. So that's why I emphasize so much starting from this neutral place in the morning, trying to boost up some good feelings, using grid work at the moment, and in the future we'll demonstrate other ways to do it. It's so that all the other things in your life that you currently don't have but you want are starting to activate more on the presence side. So this will work as long as you take your attention off the money. Now, if you can't take your attention off the money, then you're going to have to do some kind of a cleanup enough to neutralize it, so when you do think about it, it doesn't drag you down. That's when deliberate cleanup is required, but it's not required to manifest it. It's just required to get it so it's at least neutral, so that then when you do feel good, this effect that I've spoken about is usable.